Thailand, it's all about the food. It's the national pastime. Thai street food is the most accessible of all types of cooking in the kingdom. It's different from the food that's eaten at home. It's a hybridized cuisine, a blend of all the people who've come to Thailand. But for the Thais, it's not just about the eating. Cooking and food is fundamental to their culture. It gives flavour and texture to their customs and traditions. The love of food is shared by all Thais, and some of the best eating can be found in the markets and on the streets. And here is where we begin this episode. I might be biased, but Thai curries are the best in the world. In the home or on the streets, they are fantastic. At its most simplistic, a curry is a liquid thickened with a spicy paste. But that is just the rudimentary beginning of a huge repertoire. And everyone has their own preference.
ชอบแกงเขียวหวานลูกชิ้นคือได้รสชาติของความเผ็ดที่แบบถึงพริกพี่มีน้ำยาปลามีกะทิแกงไก่ไตปลาทอดมันแกงกุรุมาแกงกะหรี่แกงมัสมั่นที่จะขึ้นชื่อเลย
From tart sour orange curries to spicy jungle curries, red, green or the rich and aromatic Muslim styles, there's a kaleidoscopic array of colours, tastes and textures that are tempting and compelling. The place to find them on the streets is Ran Khao Gang, and it's no wonder that these curry shops are amongst the most popular of all Thai street food places. People tend to mill around these stalls, considering and contemplating the delicious options. At its simplest, it can be 3 or 4 curries in some pots plonked on a bench. Or can be as much as 20 curries or more, as well as soups and salads to complement these spicy dishes. Ran Khao Gang means rice curry shop, and all dishes from here are served with rice. Ba Dang, or Auntie Red, has run this shop for as long as I've been in Thailand. For 30 years I've been coming here. I'm one of her long-term loyal customers.
เริ่มต้นขายแผงลอยขายมาต้อง30 กว่าปีนู่นแล้วถึงจะมาได้ร้านก็ที่ขึ้นชื่อก็แกงป่าเขียวหวานไก่แกงลูกชิ้นนี่นะที่ขึ้นชื่อย่างเลยนะ
ถึงแต่ลูกสะใภ้มาก็สอนเลยสอนก็ทำเนี่ยก็ขายมาทุกวันเนี่ยแล้วก็ร้านป้าอร่อยที่สุดในบางลำพูยับยั้งเพราะว่าแม่ป้าทำกับข้าวอร่อยแล้วก็แต่งลูกสะใภ้มาก็สอนอร่อยเหมือนกันเธอไปเชื่อไปถามแถวนี้ดูอะ
ไม่มีครับแม่เขาไม่มีความลับเลยครับคือแกไม่มีมาตรฐานว่าต้องใส่กี่ถ้วยต้องใส่กี่มิลลิกรัมต้องใส่กี่ขีดกี่อะไรไม่มีครับคือแกใช้ประสบการณ์ทั้งหมดเลยออกมาทำในครั้งนี้ครับ
Whilst this curry shop is the focal point of this soy, so the market is the heart of the community. No, it's more than just the heart, it's the stomach too. Here, at one of my favourite markets, Sian, in the north of Bangkok, everything can be found. Everything you want for a curry, anything you desire. The best curries are made from the freshest ingredients, and there's no better place to buy them than at a market such as this, Sian Market. Today, I'll be making a red curry of catfish. Catfish is one of the favourite dishes of Thailand, and we'll buy that later on. But first, onto the vegetables. I want to buy the ingredients that will go into a red curry, and we're using some chilies. Bai Gua Pao. This is holy basil.
มะเขือเปราะ
มะเขือเปราะใช่ไหมครับ
apple, eggplants or aubergines, depending on which part of the world you come from. Kaffir lime leaves.
จ้า
And I need some พริกขี้หนูสวนด้วยครับ เอาขอนึ่งเนื้อครับ ไม่มาครับ
ค่ะ
Just a few chilies to go in my little red curry, just to pepper it with something Siamese.
The dried spices and condiments I need are found an aisle away. Dried chilies, white pepper, cumin, coriander seed, palm sugar, fish sauce and shrimp paste, guppy, the murky soul of Thai cooking.
Coconuts are essential for making many types of curries. And while you can buy canned coconut cream, the best way is fresh. This is a good coconut. You can see the thickness of the meat. It means that when we press the coconut meat, we'll extract as much cream as possible.
Once the coconut has been cracked, take the meat out of its shell and grate it.
Now with curries, you don't need to peel off this brown skin, the tester, because normally most curries, red and green in particular, are so vividly coloured, it doesn't matter if the coconut cream is slightly off colour.
As a rule of thumb, 1 coconut yields about 1 cup of coconut cream, which is usually enough for 1 curry. There's an implicit versatility in what goes into finishing a curry. Whether it's pork, chicken, vegetables or seafood, it's just one element amongst equally important components. And in this market, there's an alluring catfish, fresh, live and kicking.
Here comes a catfish. There we are. There's a dead catfish. That's good. Here we go.
Next up, the red catfish curry. And now to cook the red catfish curry. Making a curry paste requires a bit of effort, but it's worth it. The first ingredient to deal with is dried red chilies. Clean and deseed the chilies first, then soak them in water. Needless to say, if you want a spicier curry, add more chilies.
You want to make sure that there is as little water as possible in this curry paste, because a red curry is fried or at least boiled in coconut cream, and if there's too much water in your paste, it adversely affects the taste of the finished curry.
Next, slice the lemongrass and galangal finely, then add them to the mortar and pound away.
The normal proportion of lemongrass to galangal is 2 parts lemongrass to 1 part galangal.
Shred the kaffir lime zest, but be careful not to add any of the bitter white pith. Take the coriander, scrape the skin off the root and chop away.
I'll add some garlic and shallots. They can be added together, because they pound up roughly about the same time, and keep on pounding until you get a really fine paste. Then you add your final components, which is some shrimp paste. Not too much at all.
And finally, add some spices, white peppercorns, a pinch of cumin and some toasted coriander seeds.
One thing I do need to tell you is that Thai coriander seed is very different from Western coriander seed. So what you need to do is to make sure that if you're going to go to the trouble of making your own curry paste, then you might as well go and find the right ingredients. Go down to Chinatown, go down to wherever they're selling Thai ingredients and make sure you get the right ones. They have a different taste.
Now the paste has been made, we can assemble the other ingredients, as it's quite quick and easy to cook the curry.
First of all, I'll grab the catfish. It's an oily fish, so it just needs to be washed in some salted water.
Put the washed catfish to one side. Slice some wild ginger, also known as guchai. Cut this into some large, long strips, some julienne. Slice some large chilies. You can leave the seed in. Some small red bird's eye chilies, which I call scuds. Tear some kaffir lime leaves and add some holy and Thai basil.
Sometimes Thais will add a little bit of this bud of the Thai basil to the curry paste, and it helps to add a nice aroma to it.
The paste is ready and all the ingredients are good to go. It's time to cook the curry. Heat the coconut cream in a pan.
Not too high a heat because we need to simmer the curry. Skim off some coconut cream. We'll add the paste.
Allow the paste to simmer for a few minutes. Just don't forget to keep stirring.
You don't need to cook the curry in a wok. I'm just cooking it in a wok because the alternative that I have is this little pan and I can't cook a curry in this.
Add a handful of catfish fillets and throw in some wild ginger.
Tip of chai. And just let that simmer until the coconut cream begins to separate from the paste. You'll see what I mean when it starts to occur.
Tear up a few kaffir lime leaves and toss that into the simmering mix. Cast in a few punchy scuds, my favourite.
Can you see what I mean when I say the cream is going to separate? Can you see just along the edge it's starting to separate? And for a red curry, that's an attractive and a desirable characteristic.
Add some more coconut cream, add a little bit more coriander and a touch more chilli for that further kick. Season with some palm sugar and fish sauce.
I used to always think that stock was essential when making curries. Now I've become so much easier. A little bit of water. That's what Thais would use, so that's what I should use.
Add some apple eggplants, chopping them into large chunks. Throw in a handful of basil, both Thai and holy. It's a rich and salty curry and just a little sweet.
Make sure when you're serving just to have quite a lot of the liquid because the curry is eaten with rice and lots of rice.
A meal without rice is just not a meal. And there you have it, a rich red curry of catfish with a splash of coconut cream served with lots of rice to friends, family and customers. The importance of rice at the table is reflected in all aspects of Thailand's culture, history and economy. It was the principal crop of the kingdom. But as farming became more industrialised, the thousands of strains once sown dwindled to just a few.
Rice is perhaps the most important crop in Thailand. It has helped the country grow from its ancient past to its present. It sustained the country. It is the source of so many aspects of culture and its importance is reflected at the table too.
Kun Lung grows his rice in the age-old way, low in yield but high in taste. He harvests only one crop a year, but the quality of that rice is without comparison, and it proves to me at least why Thai jasmine rice is considered to be the best in the world.
มันแตกต่างกันที่ตอนมันทำไวเมื่อก่อนนี่มันใช้ลุงตอนสมัยนั้นลุงทำอยู่ก็เอาวัวไถเลยวัวไถนานี่นะแล้วเดินตามแล้วเกี่ยวคันนี้ข้าวต้องเกี่ยวด้วยมือเราเอาแรงเกี่ยวขนเกี่ยวกันทั้งนั้นเลยเดี๋ยวนี้ไม่ต้องมันไวกว่ากันเยอะทีนี้มันใช้เครื่องทุนแรงใช้รถเกี่ยวหมดรถลงตัดหมดเลยเนี่ยรถลงตัดนี่ตัดไม่กี่ชั่วโมงนะเดี๋ยวตัดหมด
I think one of the most encouraging things when I see a field like this, despite the fact that it's a little dishevelled now, is that Kun Lun uses no fertilisers, no chemicals and traditional practices, and that's a very encouraging thing really, to see that farmers are aware of their environment, aren't exploiting their environment and are actually trying to look after the land.
But the Thais are not relying upon historical quality alone. They're investing in the grain's future. Professor Tani from Kesasart University has dedicated his career to developing the future sustainability of Thai rice.
ครับคือปัจจุบันเนี่ยพันธุ์ข้าวได้ถูกปรับเปลี่ยนมาเพราะว่าเราต้องการปลูกเพื่อที่เน้นผลผลิตมากขึ้นครับก็เลยทำให้พันธุ์ข้าวเหลืออยู่ประมาณ 5-10 ชนิดที่เกษตรกรปลูกอยู่เพราะว่าพันธุ์ในสมัยก่อนเนี่ยแต่ก่อนแต่ละพันธุ์ก็อาจจะผลผลิตไม่สูงครับเดี๋ยวนี้เราปลูกเราก็มีการใช้ปุ๋ยใช้น้ำเพื่อปัจจัยการผลิตต่างๆทำให้ผ พื่อที่จะต้องการเร่งผลผลิตของข้าว
ครับ
ให้เพียงพอกับความต้องการทั้งบริโภคในประเทศทั้งส่ง
Curries can be boiled, grilled, steamed or stir-fried. They can be red, green, yellow or orange, tart, salty or even a little sweet, but they are almost always certainly spicy. But curries can also be defined by their cooking method and seasoning. Auntie Red cooks up a regular green curry, but her methods are all her own.
อันเนี้ยมันจะใช้เวลาหน่อยนะ เพราะว่าเราถ้าเป็นที่อื่นอ่ะเขาอาจจะแบบใช้น้ำมันผัดพริกแกงนะแล้วก็แกงเลย แล้วก็เอาหัวกะทิใส่ใช้ได้ แต่ของป้านี่ต้องเอาของเขาใส่หมดเลยระวังมือ
Yeah, Lago, we're just adding the curry paste, which has an inordinate and vicious amount of green chilies.
Then adds the chicken, which poaches in the spicy curry base before seasoning.
Oh. Throw in a reckless amount of fish sauce. We've enriched it with the thick coconut cream and we've added the oil as well. Now it's almost ready. It's not bad.
I'm throwing in a generous amount of pea eggplants, some Thai basil, some chilies, some kaffir lime leaves. Then after a few more stirs, it's ready to serve.
Hers is a subtle and elegant green curry that doesn't really suit the streets, in the sense of it's not rough nor ready nor pedestrian. It's delicious. And you see, this is the thing about Thai food, is the quality of cooking is extraordinary, and it's what makes Thai food, no matter where you find it, remarkable and delicious and addictive.
Without a doubt, green curry is synonymous with Thai curries, and Auntie Red's version certainly justifies that. However, there are so many more varieties, all equally as good. Amongst the Thais, one of the most popular, one of the oldest kinds of curries is a geng som, a sour orange curry of fish.
It's a simple and straightforward curry, almost primitive in comparison to some of the techniques necessary to make a fine green curry or red curry, but nonetheless it's eminently satisfying.
Slice some soaked dried chilies, pound with some salt. Add a few scuds, some red shallots, wild ginger and some shrimp paste. Add a fillet of poached fish, plachon, a sinister-looking river fish with a sinister name, serpent-head fish, but in spite of its unsavoury name, it's delectable.
And that's my sour orange curry paste with the pounded fish, which I'm about to add to the simmering stock.
The stock can be chicken, vegetable, or as the Thais might use, just plain water. After adding the paste to the stock, chop the remaining fish into small pieces, ready to add to the curry.
The other thing that's important with the sour orange curry is a vegetable. You can have things in Thailand like water mimosa, you can have some bok choy rather, or some choy sum, or some Siamese watercress, any type of Asian green.
Season with some sugar and tamarind water. Then add the fish and vegetables and let it simmer until it's cooked. Now add some fish sauce. And we're ready to serve. The differences in colour, technique and seasoning are the common ways to define a curry, but then there are also wide-ranging regional differences. The curries of the Central Plains are the most familiar, of which Auntie Red's and mine are classics. The curries of the north are based on pork, redolent with sweet spices. Those from the northeast are searingly hot. And the southern style are spicy, sweet and rich with coconut cream. Kun Mali makes a mean Penang curry. Its origins, like her, are in the deep south.
แล้วก็ใส่พวกกะทิใช่ไหมครับ แล้วก็
ค่ะ
ให้ต้มหน่อย แล้วก็หลังจากใส่พริกแกงใช่ไหมครั
ค่ะ
บ
ค่ะ
แล้วก็มีพริกแกงอะไรครับ ใส่พริกแกง
แกงเผ็ด
แกงเผ็ดใช่ไหมแบบเพชรบุรีใช่ไหมครับ
ค่ะ
As the curry begins to cook, it releases the most wonderful aroma. You see the colour change and the oil rises to the top.
This is what Thais do when they cook, is they don't necessarily say you cook it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, cook it over a high heat or indeed 6 logs. But that you cook it until it's fragrant. You cook it until it's separated. You cook it until it's reached a certain tangible stage.
Then Kun Mali adds the beef, a little milk and the remaining coconut cream. It's an unusual cooking method, but she does this to soften the beef, which is notoriously tough in Thailand. And then she adds some curry powder and quite a lot of white sugar.
Each cook has their own technique or rather their own seasoning habits. นี่ก็พร้อมแล้วใช่ไหมครับ
ค่ะค่ะ
ใส่หมดเลยใช่ไหมครับ ใส่ไปโหระพาไหม เก็บอย่างดีใช่ไหมครับ แล้วก็ออกรสอะไรครับ
จะมีหวานเค็ม
หวานเค็มใช่ไหมครับ so it needs to simmer แต่เคี่ยวเพิ่มไหมครับหรือเสร็จแล้ว And you can see that the curry has now become quite thick. The meat has absorbed a lot of the taste, the coconut cream. And now we'll add some kaffir lime leaves and some prick chifa, some long chilies, just sliced with their seeds still in. So it's done, and Kun Mali says that it should taste sweet and salty and spicy as well, and that's probably exactly what it tastes like. And then into the bain marie it goes to go to market, and there we're done. Home now.
Some of her recipes have been handed down from her parents and grandparents. Others are her own. Kun Mali's curries are so popular, she can sell more than 200 portions a night.
ขอบคุณมากครับ We're out of here because Auntie is starting to get just that little bit cross because we're in the way of making her sales and I don't want to cross my auntie, so I'm off.
Curries, rich and spicy, all of their hues, tastes and regional varieties. There is no doubt they are the glory of Thai cooking. And on the next episode of Thai Street Food, we'll climb to the heights, the very pinnacle of Thai cuisine, desserts.